Our idea originally was, Time Magazine is a thing. People understand what the brand is. People understand what kind of news they get from Time Magazine. The web is a medium. And so if you take Time Magazine and put it on the web and ignore all of the challenges to the medium, you haven't really done much for people. You've just replicated content. And what we know is that long-form journalism online, much as I wish it were thriving, is not. And that has to do with medium diagnosis. People read the web for news between 11 and 2 every day. And that means they're at their desks, they got their lunch, boss is at the door, the voicemail light is on. And so, we can take the essence of what Time does, which is report and write very well, very intelligently about American politics, global news, health, technology. But we need to be cautious about the medium. And what we tell our journalists when they're writing for the web is our goal is to make people smarter while saving them time. And it's so long as you have some conception of the medium you're working for, I think it actually helps your journalism. And on a practical level, that means some of those lovely throat-clearing paragraphs that I myself have written for Time Magazine, they do not fly online, and we know that. We have the metrics to prove it. So the challenge is, how do I be smart and stylish, but get to the point and get people the information they need right away? So that's conceptually, how you take Time and make it time.com.
And how do you differentiate yourself from other news sites?
Well, a lot of it, I think, is this notion of an awareness of our reader and an awareness of the situation of our reader. So we get to the point as quickly as possible. Some of it is pretty simple. There are sites that are tabloidy, trashy, news of the weird. We don't do that. That doesn't fit with who we are. It doesn't fit with what we want to do. At the same time, we do not have the thousands of journalists that Bloomberg, the BBC, the New York Times does. And I think what we try and do to differentiate is to prioritize what is important, to write about it intelligently but quickly, and to communicate constantly. We're aware. We know where you are. That means that our homepage doesn't have subheads. The challenge to our editors is write headlines that are SEO friendly, smart, clever, and get the story across. And in trying to understand the way people use the medium, I think we have differentiated our product from other people. It's not a newspaper scrape where all this, there are great newspaper sites out there, but ultimately they're writing for a newspaper and they are changing that and they're just taking it and putting it online. It's not a magazine site where you get a magazine delivery and it goes online. I mean, 95% of Time.com stories are original to the web. And if you look at our traffic, while some of the magazine stories do very well because they're news breaking, a lot of it doesn't do that great. And it's just too long. And people they can sense when you start with the rhythm that is so great for print. You open a magazine, you've made this decision to shut out the rest of the attention economy. You're here. And you can't say, man, this issue of Time is it sucks. Turn into Newsweek. Doesn't happen, right? But online, you can. Online, you can be anywhere, anytime. And so the more sensitive you are to people's needs, the more you meet that delivery, the more messages you send that say, it's going to be quick and we're going to hit it to you and you're going to get what you need, I think the more audience loyalty you build.